Hola desde Mexico. Hello from Mexico. From now on, you're gonna see a brand new country on this channel. We've been here before, but never documented. Now, Mexico is not a country that you can see in one trip. Not even just Mexico City. This is one of the largest cities in the world, by far the largest Spanish-speaking city on the planet. You need weeks or months here to fully appreciate what the city has to offer. So we'll do our best to try to condense in this and my next few videos the most important things you have to do when you come to Mexico City, and those you absolutely cannot miss. Viva Mexico!
If you're new on this channel, I'm a journalist, and here I bring you on an endless trip around the world together with my husband. In the previous videos, you saw a little bit of Brazil. Now you discover the country that ranks first in the Americas for the number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
What are you excited the most about this Mexico trip?
That we'll get by without an earthquake.
Don't even joke, don't even joke. They have some serious ones here.
Yes, to learn a little bit of Mexican history right here.
What? You don't say the food?
Oh, I'll try that too.
I know you. It may not be obvious for every foreigner, but what does this mean?
Ciudad de Mexico.
That was like a Portuguese pronunciation. Ciudad de Mexico.
City of Mexico.
Mexico
English.
City.
Today we're gonna walk between two important areas downtown Mexico City, the Zocalo and Alameda Central, taking a few detours.
We're at the Zocalo right now. Officially, it's the Plaza de la Constitución. This is the most important square in Mexico, and it's been here since 1523. This is the perfect place to start a visit in Mexico City because here you already see so many important and historical sites, like the National Palace over there, the Metropolitan Cathedral right here. Isn't this amazing? Look at the size of this square.
Very impressive.
It's so amazing that you find squares like this in so many cities in Latin America. The Hispanic heritage.
Yes, government, church.
This is one of those cities in the world where you can have a taste of four very distinct historical periods. The colonial, with the imposing and magnificent buildings. The Republic, with 19th and 20th century constructions. The modern, with the ultra-modern buildings in other parts of town. This you also find in other cities here in the Americas, but here they have another very unique legacy. Pre-Hispanic ruins, and you can see them right here in the Historic Center. This is where the city started, with a culture called the Mexicas. Abroad, we tend to learn about them as the Aztecs, but here in Mexico, you learn that it's not exactly the same. It's actually a long story that you can properly learn at the museums or with a guide. For the sake of this video, just keep in mind that when most people say the Aztecs, in Mexico, they refer to them as the Mexicas. And this area has been the centerpiece of public gatherings since the days of the Aztecs or the Mexicas. At the center of the square, this beautiful and enormous Mexican flag. There's a ceremony here every day to raise the flag early in the morning and to lower by the end of the day. Online we saw that the flag is raised at 8 a.m., but it's not, because we're here at 7:30 and the flag was already there. But by the end of the day, it looks like they lower the flag at around 6 p.m. Can't guarantee, as I haven't seen, but if you're here, keep that in mind. One of the advantages of arriving here today early at the square, I just met Miss Mexico team. Look at that, how wonderful.
My name is Nabila. I'm gonna be representing Mexico at India. Nice to meet you.
That's so amazing. Look at her, how beautiful she is. She's doing some pictures over here, promoting Mexico and the culture. Now, I have a question for you. As a foreigner coming here to Mexico, what is it that you recommend people to do when they come here?
Xochimilco. We need to go. Bueno, allá pueden cantar, pueden bailar, pueden platicar y sobre todo disfrutar, ¿no? Es un área muy bonita y también tiene paisajes muy bellos para lindas fotos.
You must be an expert also in taking pictures and knowing good locations for pictures. Yeah. What is like the best place to take pictures here in Mexico City?
Well, Ángel de la Independencia, Independence, Angel, and here. They are the best. For that reason, we are We are taking videos and photos here too, more important. Here.
And in terms of food, what do you like most?
Tacos. And other things is guaraches. You need to eat guaraches here. Yeah, it's the best.
Ok, awesome. Muchísimas gracias. Entonces, suerte a ti y que representes bien a México.
Muchísimas gracias y de verdad un gusto haberla conocido. Vayan mucho a seguirla, compártanla y bueno, vamos a estar muy orgullosos. Yo soy Nabila Villanueva, Miss International México y queda a sus órdenes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good luck. Buena suerte.
Gracias. Viva México.
Viva México. This flag weighs 507 pounds. Wow. And it's really ginormous. 164 feet by almost 92 feet. 50 meters by 28 meters. Now, go figure, this flag only lasts for about a year and it costs $4,000 to make a new one. Pay very close attention to this flag as it represents the story of how Mexico City was founded. More on that later. One of the most beautiful buildings here at the square is the Metropolitan Cathedral. And I read online that this is the largest and the oldest cathedral in the Western Hemisphere. Pretty impressive, huh? We're going to show you the most important constructions here at the square, but first...
What?
What comes first, baby? Food.
Here's Templo Mayor.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So much history.
These are the ruins I mentioned before. Right now the sun is not really helping. We're gonna come back later for better images. Wow. Something very interesting about cafes in Mexico, they don't open early, right? They all open at like 10 or 11, at least all the ones I checked. We are out here 15 minutes before they open. Salud! Viva Mexico! Mexican hot chocolate. It is delicious. It tastes different. I love it. Try, baby. Try. You like it?
Mine now.
Come on, you got this one here.
I think cinnamon's in it. I think there's a little bit of cinnamon.
It's really good, isn't it? Now we're ready for the day. Good morning. Nothing like starting the day with a view like this, huh? Historic center, the Zocalo, some of the most important places in Mexico City. It's amazing to see everything from the top like this. And as we arrived here, as soon as they opened, look at this. Just us. Wow, look at how interesting. You can see how the buildings are crooked here. This building, this one over here too, you can see it leaning. That was very nice. There's a cafe and a restaurant up there on top of this bookstore. And the check was 200 pesos. That was the total before tip for 2 people. Not bad, you know, for a place like this. Here, 2 people can easily spend 200 pesos at a McDonald's, for example. What are you discovering there?
Gran basement.
Ah, this is the city of Tenochtitlan.
Grand basement.
That is so cool. You can see this pre-Hispanic past of the city in various parts of the square here, not only at Templo Mayor. We're back here at Templo Mayor. Now, as amazing as those buildings at the Zocalo are, some Mexicans have mixed feelings because all that was built over the original city. Remember the Aztecs or the Mexicas? This was their city. And what happened to the city? It was fully destroyed by the Spanish colonizers. They built their own European-like city over the indigenous city here.
3 layers, top of each other. And look at the different methodologies of putting rock together.
Yeah, you can walk all this here for free. There's like a viewpoint. This city was called Tenochtitlan. This is how Tenochtitlan used to be. Skulls all over. Excavating over here, archaeologists found lots of skulls. Look at this. It's what they call the Tower of Skulls. Wow, and some of the descendants of the people that used to live here, they're right here next to Tenochtitlan.
Es una limpia energética para el retiro de toda la mala vibra, el estrés, el cansancio, la tensión muscular, dolor de cabeza del cuerpo. Se quita todo lo negativo y se deja pura cosa positiva y sirve para limpiar el aura. Respira profundo. Suéltalo lentamente junto con todos los problemas que tienes, que ya no son tuyos y que ya no te pertenecen. Permite que tu alma regrese a tu cuerpo físico y sin abrirme tus ojos, tállame el ramo que tienes entre tus manos. Listo, eso es todo. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. How nice, huh?
Do you feel different?
Yeah, I feel distressed. They descend from the Aztecs, and that's an Aztec tradition to purify your body. Imagine something that they've been doing for centuries. They just ask for a donation at the end. They don't even care how much you give. It's kind of sad to think about, you know, the Spanish arriving here and destroying everything, but it's not that easy. It's not that simple because they were helped by many locals here, and even the Aztecs, they had their own enemies.
Yeah.
Every story has two sides, right? History.
By Renata Pereira.
No, not by Renata Pereira.
I don't know if it's very good. Don't go to school on her history.
It's a fascinating story when you start reading about everything that happened here. So let me dig even deeper because the way the original city of Tenochtitlan was built is even more interesting. There are many unique things about Mexico City, and one of them is that this city was built over a lake. Yes, all this here was a lake. The Mexicans had a prophecy that they'd build the greatest city ever wherever they saw an eagle eating a snake on top of a cactus. And guess where they saw this exact scene? Right here. Here was a swampy island in the middle of a lake. Not a problem. They started building, made use of landfills, but when the Spaniards arrived, they made the whole situation even worse because they destroyed everything, expanded even more, and drained the whole lake. So the eagle eating a snake on top of a cactus and the Mexican flag is not a coincidence. It's a reference to their past. Not just impression, it's really tilting, huh? And a lot.
It's about to collapse.
No, not so much, but it is tilting.
Yes.
The city's sinking, actually.
It's feeling very much like Zocalo now,
Yeah.
right near the market.
Yeah, when you start walking on these side streets, everything is really nice. You know, a lot of commerce here and charming architecture and much busier. Do you smell the incense on me?
No.
I do. I still smell.
It's in your clothes?
Yeah, yeah. It took about 240 years for the cathedral here to be ready. So all the important architects in a period of like 2 centuries worked on this project here. And because of that, the cathedral is a mix of styles: Gothic, Baroque, Neoclassic. It's missing a cross up there, huh? It fell in the 2017 earthquake. Before this, you could go up there to the tower. Not anymore. Tours are suspended indefinitely. Wow, they have a black Jesus here. How interesting. Look at the size of the organ. I guess even the altar here is slightly crooked.
It's leaning two different ways.
Yeah.
Nos indica cómo está inclinada la iglesia, hasta qué año se fue recuperando con los gatos hidráulicos. Y ahí está qué fecha se le colocaron y cuánto se recuperó.
Ah, sí, sí. Muchas gracias.
¿No de qué?
There's an engineering job going on, and the pendulum here shows how much it has already recovered. Businesses in Mexico are still cash only, but the church is in the digital world. Look at that. You can donate by scanning the code here. Wow, one of the most unique Catholic churches I've ever seen because the layout is totally different. Normally, you go inside a church and you can see the altar immediately. Not here. There are lots of chapels before you get to the core of the church. Worth taking a look, and it is free. The cathedral today is the most famous, but actually this church right next was the first church in Mexico City.
Esta fue la primera iglesia de la Ciudad de México. Posteriormente se construyó esta.
Esa.
Ajá. Pero esa es la más antigua.
Ajá. Wow, muchas gracias. And over on this side, the National Palace. This is where the President of Mexico works and lives. It's equivalent to the American White House.
No.
No what?
White House, white. That, not white.
No, it's the Mexican White House. Mexican colors. Such an impressive palace, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you believe it was built in 1522?
I believe.
Okay. Of course it was not like this in 1522. Every year on Independence Day, there's a ceremony here that the Mexican president comes out of the balcony and he repeats the Grito de Dolores, which is a well-known battle cry of the Mexican War of Independence. And then they play the national anthem. Anyone can visit the palace, but you know, security is very strict there. You cannot go with hats, sunglasses, backpacks, none of that. Seriously, would you leave your backpack?
No.
They have lockers?
No.
Yeah, I don't think you'd
It's my
leave your
life.
camera.
No, because I remember what happened at Universal. I couldn't open the locker.
Oh yeah!
It misread my fingerprint and opened up a different locker.
Guess what he had in that locker? Yes, the big camera.
Look at Latinoamerica. Building right there.
Torre Latinoamericana. That's our next stop. You can even read Sube, Sube. They're inviting us to go up. There's free Wi-Fi here everywhere, and it works. We're now entering Madero Street. This was one of the first streets built over the city of Tenochtitlan.
It's a big historical area. If it goes all the way there,
Yes.
from here, it's a lot of preserved buildings.
It is so interesting how you really see how the buildings are tilting and leaning. The city's sinking and really at an alarming rate. In some parts, 20 inches every year. What's going on here is that the residents use the water in the aquifer below, you know, the street level. And as the water level drops, the city sinks.
Look at all the detail in this building.
Wow. So many lovely constructions over here. Look at this house.
See?
This is the House of Tiles, as it's known here. And today it is a restaurant. We accidentally discovered here an exhibition of sculptures, real sculptures by Rodin and Salvador Dalí, totally free. This exhibition is part of the Sumaya Museum. Hola, buenos días, son dos, por favor.
320, por favor. Nada más te comento, ese lente no está permitido, solo necesitas el estándar.
Okay.
Vas a subir el elevador número 2, piso 37, te dan las indicaciones, ¿vale?
Vale. How brave are you? This is earthquake land?
Yeah, we're only 37. It's not like we're 38.
Seriously, this building here is probably one of the most well prepared for earthquakes
it?
in Mexico City, yeah.
Hola, adelante, bienvenidos.
Gracias. Where are we? Are we over there?
I don't know, maybe you're better with maps than I am.
Look at those old buildings right there. And there.
Yeah.
And over there, see the mountain was half covered by houses?
Teotihuacan.
Yes. Look at the top of the church.
Oh yeah, so detailed.
A little bit.
There are various levels here and the very top one is open. Oh, that's the Zocalo. From here you can tell how big the square is, huh? You also get a guide here so that you can know exactly what you're looking at in all parts of the city. North, south, east, and west. Only from up here you have a clear idea of how massive Mexico City is. Cool that you can even sit down here, have a break, huh?
No, it's not cool.
Nice.
It's hot up here.
It's hot?
It's hot up here.
Well, if it was that hot, you wouldn't be wearing a jacket. Same question I asked you in other important places we've been recently. When was this inaugurated?
1963.
1956, but they,
May 1st.
April 30th. Do you see the pattern? You know why George Washington is here? This is where he took the oath of office. When was that exactly? April 30th, my birthday.
Oh,
Guess when the first prints were left over here? The day.
May 1st.
The day. Yes, it's April 30th, baby.
Yeah, May 1st was an important day.
May 1st is his birthday. April 30th is mine.
April 30th is a regular day that everything is opened.
The construction of this tower finished in 1956, and at the time this was the tallest tower in the Americas. Today it is a clear day, so we thought we'd have a totally clear view from up here, but no, right? Very foggy or smoggy, right?
It's not clear. It's smoggy.
Yes. If you can choose, might be a better view to come here for sunset.
Everybody's looking.
They're really paying attention if you're using your camera, huh?
They're watching me.
Yes.
Big brother.
Yes, as soon as you got in here, they looked at the camera and said, cannot use with the lens that Gordon had, so he had to switch lens, and they still keep an eye on him.
And I still get great shot. This is
Gracias. I tried buying the ticket in advance for the tower, but you can't. They just don't sell online, especially for foreign credit cards. At least here you can pay with credit card, not just cash. Wow, look at this building. Palacio de Bellas Artes, or Fine Arts Palace. This was the first museum ever in Mexico. It was inaugurated in 1934, and today it is a very prominent cultural center. Where do you want to go, baby?
up.
Again?
Yeah.
We were just up.
You follow me?
You sure you're taking me shopping?
Yeah, to a cafe with a view.
Yeah, and it happens to be inside a Sears.
Jeez.
To go to the coffee shop, you go through Sears. Department store over here. I guess we're going from cafe to cafe today, huh?
Yep.
Look at this view from up here. Ah, Gordon, look at you now with your big lens. Oh, the eagle eating the...
How many people get that?
Yeah.
How many people get that shot?
Yeah. Only Gordon with the big lens. Here you can, huh? An impressive building, huh?
Yeah.
Even more from up here. This was not built by the Spaniards.
No?
No, this was built by Mexicans.
Oh.
It was after the independence. Muchísimas gracias. Let me try yours too.
Mine's better.
Yeah, yours has cinnamon. Yeah. Mine is just the chocolate. It's mixed with water, not milk, because I'm very thirsty, so he suggested water. I think it's the first time I have chocolate with water. And it is refreshing, actually. Did they toast?
Yeah. No.
I think we forgot. Salud! You can go for a visit inside. A lot of the museums here in Mexico City cost around 80 pesos, which is relatively inexpensive. Both viewpoints that we went, it's one next to the other, but totally different views. And right next to the museum, a very important park in Mexico City. This is an extremely beautiful and well-preserved park called Alameda Central. It was actually the first public park in Latin America. And here there are so many sculptures, fountains, artwork in general, that this park is basically considered an open-air museum.
You got 3 paths to take.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you take?
Oh, they're all beautiful, huh? Everything is really, really clean, right? You don't see garbage out.
No, not at all. No garbage. And no graffiti. Very little here.
Yes. It's very nice. Everything very well
Impressive.
maintained.
Good job, Mexico. No, high five the Mexicans.
High five to Mexicans. Let's high five to Mexicans. And when you walk all the way to the end of the park, you can see one of the most famous pieces of art by one of the most celebrated Mexican artists, Diego Rivera.
The theme here, a Sunday at the park. This park that we just crossed, these are all real people that were part of the daily life of Alameda Central back then. Most of them have already been identified. There is a guide back here that you can see who's who over there. It's so cool that he depicted real people.
That's a very interesting artwork that depicts several different moments of the Mexican history, not necessarily in chronological order, and it gives a whole new meaning to this park here. This was just the first video in Mexico City and in Mexico. If you want to see more, what do, Gordon?
I would subscribe. Subscribe.
And click on the bell so that you know exactly when the next video is on. We'd love to see you back here. If you don't know us, I'm Renata, I'm a journalist, and this is Gordon, my husband and cameraman.
Bing!